Sat Sri Akalji, welcome to Story of You and Me. I hope you're all happy, thriving, and in high spirits. Have you ever wondered what happens inside us when we're silent in those moments? When our mind is at peace between our thoughts, like I often mention in my short video clips, have you ever felt that empty space, that stillness? One thought comes after another, and after the second thought, a third one comes. Just like the compartments of a train, thoughts keep coming one after another. In a train, there's a small space between the compartments, right? In the same way, there's a gap between one compartment and the next. Similarly, the thoughts running through our mind also have a small gap between them. Have you ever noticed that or tried to become aware of it? Today, in the story of you and me, we'll talk about that gap. We'll discuss the stages of silence that come within it, what happens there, how powerful it is, and how it's that golden doorway that connects us to ourselves. I'll try to explain this in the simplest way possible, using everyday words so that it can reach everyone's mind. You know, Guru Nanak Dev Ji often told us to meditate on Nam and to share with others. So, what does it really mean to meditate on Nam? Meditating on Nam with full attention means entering into that gap. The very first stage that comes up is called the layer of noise. When we meet ourselves for the first time, when we look within, you don't hear silence. Instead, you hear so much noise inside yourself. Old memories, worries about the future. This is the stage where the mind tries to pull you back. It will try to bring you back. Let's go back. Let's think about something else. Let's do something. Why are you sitting here meditating? This is our first stage. This is the outermost surface layer of our mind, just like the waves on the surface of the vast ocean. But the real calmness, as we all know, the deeper you go into the ocean, the increasingly still and quiet the water is. The waves of the ocean move more on the surface, so most of the noise and commotion is at the top. In the same way, when it comes to the first stage of our mind, that's a layer of noise. In the second stage of this journey, we transform into silent, watchful observers. So all the noise and the constant commotion that goes on inside of us, we start to see it clearly from the perspective of an observer. As you meditate deeply in your second stage, you'll start to feel a profound and somewhat mysterious sensation. What exactly is that strange feeling? It's the realization that the thoughts running through your mind, the various thoughts happening inside you, you'll start to see yourself as entirely separate from them. You'll see it in the sense that you'll truly feel it in your core. Like you will feel that you are not your thoughts at all. In this stage, you're not actively thinking. Instead, you're watching the thoughts that are happening on their own. Friends, this is the very first stage where you realize that you are not the mind. Like, you are not the mind. You are the eternal soul that is watching the mind. You are the ultimate observer. This is the specific stage where true patience is born. And the third stage, I think I should call it cosmic silence. Then comes the deepest level of all, after that, where the thoughts, you start to completely and utterly ignore them. They don't affect your inner peace anymore. Here, there is no me left and no you either. This is the stage of the universal mind. This is the sacred moment when the universe, the entire cosmos, starts talking to you. He talks with you directly. You gather so much patience, so much inner endurance, and the thoughts become so quiet that you finally gain the power to hear the silence. We can create such a beautiful, serene silence around us that we can actually hear the voice of God. Like I said in my previous short, the divine is constantly providing us with everything we could ever need, but we need to have enough power and stillness within us to hear the messages from God. How will we hear them? When we sit down and begin to meditate, we learn to simply ignore those passing thoughts. This isn't something you just do once and forget about. You have to consciously incorporate it into your daily practice. In this space, you don't find direct answers to your specific questions. Instead, something more profound happens. All your questions simply begin to disappear. That deep inner silence is what the great gurus and Sufis refer to as Anhad Nad, which means the unstruck sound of the universe. Finding that quiet gap in your thoughts and in your mind isn't nearly as hard as you might think, provided you practice it every single day. Take a few precious moments for yourself and just sit quietly. By doing this, you can return to this eternal home of your soul. Friends, finding this gap between your thoughts isn't as difficult as we often imagine it to be. But the reality is that there's often no one there to explain it to us in the simplest, most accessible way. It takes a great deal of time to gather that kind of deep knowledge. But if we truly enjoy this silence for a few moments every day, we will eventually reach back to the home of our soul, to that magnificent golden door God has created for each of us, and for which we have come into this physical world. If we want to truly appreciate the magnificent beauty of life, it's very important to know ourselves. And how exactly will we come to know ourselves? If we chant Nam and share with others, just as Guru Nanak Dev Ji taught us. So yes, chanting Nam is very important. Meditation is very important if you want to truly enjoy your life. Please do share in the comments about the 3 stages. Thank you for staying connected with Story of You and Me. Sat Sri Akal. See you in a new video. Until then, don't forget to keep smiling, stay blessed, and remain in high spirit.